Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Hey Little Magpie. And for this layout I'm using the Simple Stories collection Sunny Days. So I've decided on my base paper for this layout and it's called Happy Days. It's green stripes on one side and it's like polka dot on the other. I've trimmed some white cardstock down to go over the top and that's about 10¼ inch square. So I had an idea for this layout. So I've gone, this is the 6x8 paper pad I've got there, and I'm trying to pick some different pattern papers that go together in shades of pinks and greens, maybe with a touch of yellow as well. It's still early days at this point, but I've picked the two photographs I want to use, and I'm just choosing which size of metal die I want to use. So I made a start and I cut some circles from the papers I really wanted to use, and I'm just laying them out on the white cardstock. I realise I'm too short, so I'm going to go back through the papers and do a couple more. One paper I repeat, the one with the thin vertical stripes, I suppose they're not vertical, thin stripes, and I place another one at a different angle. I don't think it's that noticeable in the end, but I really like the fact it incorporated all the colours. So in the tray on the left, I've got a lot of the embellishments from this collection. I've got the chipboard there and the foam as well. And I come straight in and I choose a title. And it's a nice lolly with the word cool. This makes me smile now because that doesn't make the final cut, but that was the first decision that I made. And obviously, if you've watched my videos before, it does take me a while to make all the decisions. But anyway, I leave that title there and I come back to it in the end. So the idea is I want to embellish the circles, or the ones that you can see the majority of, just with some of the beautiful ephemera that's in this collection. Picking things that are summary based, obviously that's what the collection is about, picking things that are the same sort of colorways as the photographs. So the photographs are taken outdoors. I haven't yet located the year, but I will. But it could at least be about 23 years ago. Do you remember push-up ice creams? I think this is a smarty one looking at the photos, and my daughter absolutely wearing it. By the look of her hair, she's just got out the paddling pool or something like that in the back garden, but absolutely covered in ice cream and in intent on eating this. So the photos certainly make me laugh. I think I might have scrapped one of them before, but that was many years ago. So I thought they truly deserve this layout. So I've been picking through the tray. I've got some flowers on the pink circle at the top. I've got a butterfly and a little phrase on another. There's some beautiful clouds in this collection. So there's a cloud and a sun, and then some more summery things, sunglasses, bag, flip-flops, that sort of thing. I don't want to use too many flowers, but I am going to try and use them on 3 just to get the I could cause a diagonal for you to around the photographs. But there's a little camera there. I really like it, but it's blue. But I think I find a camera on the sticker sheet. But I come in on with the sticker sheet and I cut things out with the back still attached in case I don't use them, because that annoys me because I can never get them to stick back down on the sheet. So I'm going to cut around them and see if they make the cut. I think there's a bottle of pop there I've been cutting out. So have you checked out this collection in the store? So it's Simple Stories Sunny Days. It's one of the newest ones to arrive. Really nice summery colours, lots of lovely patterns in the pattern papers. Um, they've got flowers in a summer range as one of the ephemera packs, which I think is lovely because you don't always get many flowers in some of the summer holiday type ranges. Lots of words as well. And I'm going to have a good look through, make sure I've not missed anything. I'm already thinking, maybe I need another word as the title. I'm trying various different bits. I do get there in the end, even though it might be a little painful to watch. I decide, actually, enough of that. I take the bits off. I take the white to the sewing machine. I run round it twice in a fuchsia pink cotton, and then I'm going to stick it to the base. I do gut the base cardstock only because that's kind of one of those habits I've done for years. And I'm now just trying to find the center of the layout just to figure out where I can start building this grid of circles. So that's what I'm doing there, just trying to get it in place, because what I am actually going to start to stick things down. I know, please don't faint. But I need to get that one in the centre first. Once that one's down, I think the others will come together quite quickly. So I don't know whether you know it or not, but I tend to scrap standing up. So you'll find that you might get to see the top of my head eventually while I'm trying to place these circles. But I do feel it gives me a better perspective sometimes to actually stand over a layout just to actually get the placement of something like this correct. So you remember I was so precious about getting that pink one in the centre there. At the very end, right at the end, I do change the pink and I move it to the right column and swap it with the stripy. I just felt it was too distracting behind the photograph. But hey, um, I do it later on, so it is what it is. So they're all stuck down. I'm going to try and place the photos now. I want them in the bottom left hand corner. I'm going to overlap them. You don't need to see all of the one of the photos, but they're a nice progression, and I've just added those with a bit of double-sided tape. So I'm going to try and work my way around systematically now and get some bits stuck down. I'm going to bring in some foam tape in a moment to go on the back of some of them as well. Some of them will be flat, but I do like a bit of dimension with a layout. So I've got the flowers there, and I'm going to add a couple more bits to that circle and then work my way around. That camera is off the sticker sheet. I really like it, particularly with a bit of foam on the back, and I think I'm going to add another flower to that as well. I feel like that first one is done, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. There's a butterfly there, and then there is a phrase. Next one that I've got the sun and the cloud. Same thing again. I'm going to use a bit of tape to lift the cloud over the sun. I tend to also remove the sticky backs off the chipboard, mainly because I can't commit. And also it makes them not as thick. So if you don't like bulky layouts, you can actually, with the edge of your fingernail or with the edge of a scalpel, get in the layers of the chipboard and actually make them a little bit thinner. And that's fine. It doesn't damage the surface at all. So if you do like them a little thinner, I would recommend having a go at that. I really did think the kite was cute. I thought it was really nice to have it weaving up the side of the photograph as a little bit of additional interest there. So I've stuck that on top of a cloud, and I like the black spotty cloud because I think it goes with the black spotty bag on the other, black and white spotty bag on the other side, and it ties that colorway in, because there is a few bits of black actually, not only in the photos but in the butterflies as well, and the sunglasses. So there's not lots of black, but it is there. So yeah, I like that. So I'm coming down as well, the little cluster by the photo. More flowers, little butterfly, and a chipboard phrase. It just says happy times, and I'm going to get all that stuck it down. By my standards, this layout has come together really quickly, and actually I really quite like it. I think the circles on the white cardstock go really well with the background paper, and there's some other polka dots as well thrown in, so really pleased with that. Back to the title drama. I looked at so many things off camera. There's some beautiful ones on the foam sheet, just didn't seem to sit well with by my photos. And then I saw a banner that says sunny, and I thought, yeah, that's going to be the start of the title. It's a neutral colour, which appears in some of the other pieces, so I thought that worked really well on the bottom of the photo. And I've got these stickers. They're alphabet soup from Doodlebug Designs, and these are pink. They're cupcake. So I've decided to go with Sunny Yummy as the title. I do stick the stickers, the letter stickers, to white cardstock, and I trim round them, which took a little bit of time off camera. But then I'm going to stick the title down with the banner on a little bit of foam, just so it lifts it up over the top of the other word. And actually, I like the way that looks, actually, after after all that drama. But hey, it's the way, that's the way of scrapbooking, isn't it? There's some lovely little circles on the foam sheet, and I thought, hey, this is polka dots. Why not add a few of those? I was going to add enamel dots throughout the layout. I do add a couple shortly to the title, to the banner, just because there was a couple that were a little bit smaller. But otherwise, I add some of the foam ones and just dot them around the circles, just to add a bit more interest. So apart from a few little extra tweaks there, I feel like this whole thing is done. As I say, I do I do switch 2 circles off camera right at the very end just before I take the photographs. I move the pink from behind the photo to the right where it has the handbag and the pop and everything on it, which you will notice in the final photos. But actually, I'm pleased with the way there it is that it looks. Thank you so much for watching. This is the full image. There'll be some close-ups too. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Any questions, pop them in the comments. This was Sheena Rowlands for Hey Little Magpie. Do come back to us real soon. Bye for now.